Said 3:15, so I'm going to take a little bit of time here for everyone to catch up. But I did make it back by 3 o'clock. So hopefully we can be live. Good morning, Michael, or good afternoon, Michael. I should say good evening, I guess. It is going to be kind of like your bedtime soon. I appreciate you being in here. I'm just kind of setting everything up. There we go. Hi, Robert. Give me a second here. I'm trying to get my screens on here. There we go. So, hi, Robert. Hi, Michael. Appreciate you guys both being here. Been a heck of a day. Actually, it's been a heck of a few days. I've been tutoring some new turners the last couple of days, and I got another one coming tomorrow. Hope you can hear me okay. You kind of let me know in here if you can hear me all right. Robert or Michael, can you hear me, guys? Please let me know in the comments. Yep. Okay. Great. I always like to double check. I need someone on the outside that can tell me. So yeah, I've been doing some mentoring the last couple of days, and we are going to be doing that more over the next couple of weeks with some people. They seem to think that they need some help learning how to do this, and so here I am, and that's great. I mean, I don't mind doing that. I'd like to do that whenever I can. It's just kind of been a lot ever since I started the craft show a couple weeks ago, and then this one this week or today. I've been getting a lot of comments back from people, and hey, can I get in touch with you? And a lot of them took my business card, and when they got my business card, they putting up right. When they got my business card, they're calling me now, and they're saying, hey, can I come over and spend some time with you? So, you start something and the ball starts getting rolling. Kind of like this channel where we moved up to 1,400 subscribers now. So I don't know if we have too many people in right now. Let's see. Got 23 people in here at the moment. It's a good starting point. There we go. I got my trend mask back, and I haven't quite put it all back together yet. But at least it's working now, and that's good. So I want to thank Trend for sending that back to me. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is I want to create a flat spot on this bark. And this is a piece of pear. It's a large piece of pear, as you can see. And I want to get a flat piece on here so I can put a faceplate on this side with a good connection. And then turn it around and start getting the bowl rounded and so forth. This is about an 11-inch piece of wood, so it's very large and heavy. Very, very, very heavy. But what I did is I attached the Forstner bit here to a regular chuck, and we're just going to turn this on and run this in slowly. Let it do its thing. I think I'm going to turn this on just to catch a little bit of the dust. You know, so I'm standing well back here just in case this thing goes flying off or something. I won't be in the display of it. That should be pretty hurtful. I want to get past the bark and into the actual wood so that I'm making a really good connection. So when I see the bark start to come off and getting into real wood, I'll stop. I think we're getting pretty close. Yeah, see, it's starting to cut like it's real wood. Just on one side, I want to keep it as flat as I can. This might be a real challenge today because they're pretty rough to turn anyway. Okay. It looks like we got a pretty good surface. Okay. We're in past the bark. So that's what I wanted to do. I'm going to have to take the chuck out of here. And I think I'll set this whole thing aside for a while and let it cool off before I take that out. Because it could be pretty hot. Turn this off. Interesting. Almost has a feel like walnut. Okay, that's nice and flat. And, what we're going to do here is take this off now. And we'll take these out and transfer them to the other side. Okay. So, what have you guys all been up to today? Hi, Mitzi. Yeah, please hit the like button if you can, or subscribe if you can. We like to add more subscribers in here. And so I was at a craft show today. I actually posted a small little short. I don't know if you got the chance to see it, but it was a little short of my setup. And I sold, somewhere between a third or so of my products. That was good. And that gives me room so that I can make more bowls without the wife complaining, we don't have any space. And she sold a few items as well. So that was good. But I had to get up at 5 o'clock this morning so I could be there at 6 for the setup. I'm not sure why we had to be there at 6 for the setup since the thing didn't actually start until 8. I've never understood the startup rules sometimes on these things, but yeah, it is what it is. And the good thing, it only cost $25 to get a spot, so we each got one. My wife got one and I got one. See, I can't quite use this one, this faceplate on there. But I can use this one. And that'll work just fine. There we go. Nice thing about that is it had a nice little hole to go into in the middle there. So I should be pretty accurate as to where it is. Oh, it has a nice camphor kind of smell to it. This pear, it has a nice aroma. There we go. Has almost a, I don't know, it just has a nice floral kind of smell to it. It really smells nice. I don't want to use that one. I'll use this one. One more here. It was pretty blazing hot today. Well, not blazing hot, but for October, it was in the mid 80s before noon. And by the time it was full sun. I mean, it was full sun. I had a canopy and everything, but it did no good because the sun was in an angle. So most of my shade was coming from the guy next to me, not my own. And when we got to the end of the about noon, I took everything down. I was getting a little bit on the sunburn side, and now it's clouding up, and we're getting fixed to have maybe an inch of rain today, tonight, around midnight. So we're going to go from 80 degrees temperatures. It's going to drop about 30 degrees, and we're going to get all this. So, hey, Julian. I don't know, Michael. Are you getting a weird picture? It might be just you. Does that make it weirder for you? This is a back picture for you. So I'm going to kind of back off just a little bit if I can. Maybe adjust this just a bit. There. Okay. Now we got to figure out how to put the tool rest in here so I can actually use it. Because this is not going to allow for anything underneath the bowl for a while until we get it adjusted. I also got to take this tool rest out, put another one in. I got some new tool rests coming, but I need to figure out how to cut them down a little bit because the post on the ones that I got is about this much too long for my tool. So I've got to find someone who has a metal cutter that can cut through steel, because these are steel. They're not, let's see. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. So that ought to be a little bit of interest to get that going. Let's see if I can. Yep, touching right there. Okay. Right back just a here. Okay. When you got something like this big turning, you don't want a chance at hitting anything. And oh, good. We're right there on center where we were before. So that's good. So I think we are secure. And look at this bad boy I'm going to use later. I got this in yesterday. It is I got this from Fine Buy, and it is a 1.5-inch scraper we're going to use today. It was not sharp, so I had to kind of, it was well set up and all, but it was not sharp. There was a burr on it. And I understand with shipping, you wouldn't necessarily get a good burr anyway, so I put one on there, and we'll see how that works. I want to get that in honor of LJ, because he's been doing that, so. Okay, have you still got a weird picture there, Michael, or is everything okay? What about grinding them down? Grinding which down, Robert? What do you want me to grind down, Robert? You mean the post, the post. I don't think you can grind. Well, you could use a grinder to grind it, but this is hardened steel, so I don't think grinding it down is the best method. It doesn't seem like it would be the best method. Okay, got my gouge here. I think we're pretty sharp. Let's see how we do. And I'm going to turn this on. See what kind of speed we can get. Okay, I'm going to start with that just to kind of get a little thing out here. Trying to do this without losing the bark up on this end, so you gotta be a little careful. Go! And I've had big chunks come out on me so far. Big chunk right there, which is going to come off anyway. And this little piece here, which I think I can find. This piece went right there. And I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to keep the live edge on this or not. But I'm going to save this, and if we can, I'll glue it on when we get a little bit further. But already getting a little bit more into round here. So it's always fun those first few turns, right? Yeah, I can try and grind it. I was a friend actually mentioned taking oh gosh, a saw, oh, yeah, trying to think of what it is now. Anyway, and he was saying that they make a metal cutting bit for it, and it's a possibility I might do that too. I don't know. I'm gonna say this right now. Ouch! I hope you can appreciate the ouch there. That was a lot of stuff flying off in my hand. Um, I think I can adjust this a little bit now without it hitting. Yes, good. Okay, good. We are getting to round. There we go. Now we're starting to make some progress. And the only problem is out here. I'm going to see if I can get here without getting in the way down there. Okay, there we go. I got to get this just a little bit further out there. All right, let's see if I can take that off. I was afraid of it. Yeah, I was afraid of this that the way this was going, I may not be able to save this. I don't know. We might still. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna have to come in from the other side now and see if I can grind it this way. Okay. So now I can roll on this side. I'm gonna say ouch again. That hit me in the arm. The things I go through for you guys. Just to turn a bowl, huh? Okay, we have basically a somewhat rounded bowl at this point. Still have a little bit of flat spot there, but everything else is pretty much in the round. We've got a crack we're dealing with, some surface cracks here. Okay, let's see if we can start forming this bowl just a little bit now that we've got some look to it. Okay. Let's just smooth it out. Starting to spin better. It's not beating me up quite so much. But the floor and myself are absolutely covered with, look at how fine these shavings are. It's like coffee grounds. That's how thin that is. Okay. How we doing out there? Did I break it? I bought it. Well, since I found this wood to begin with and helped cut it down, this is free wood. So I can damage it all I want and still come out ahead. And that's what I like about free wood, is that there's no expectations and there's no guilt. You go and buy a piece off the shelf, it gets really expensive really quick. So I'm going to take a little bit, oops, sorry, wrong one. I'm going to take a little bit of a refining tool here and kind of smooth some of this out, and then we're going to work on the back side. I just want to take a little kind of hold those paper. We want to stay locked down there. Okay, we're going to come on here. Smooth that off. That's looking good. Little feature to it. That's looking a lot better. Okay. And I'm going to, there's some rough spots I'm going to have to work with because there's some end grain there. It's a lot of end grain. Look at this, is all end grain, all of this. I come around here and this is all end grain. I don't have very much side grain at all because the side grain has this bark inclusion and some other things going on. So there's a lot of end grain on here. But it's going to be pretty. I can see colors of red and blue and purple in the wood here. And that's going to look nice. So let's do a couple things here. I'm going to stop for just a second. This is a little bit on the loose side, and I still got that piece that got broken off here. So I'm going to try and glue that on. Going to give that a little bit of super glue there. Bear with me. Okay. Got that on there like so. I'm going to put a little in this gap here. Oh, I hear the beginnings of what might be rains coming on. I don't know out there. Let me see. Okay. So I'm going to let that set for just a minute. I'll spray it. I'm going to let that set. I don't want to just knock it off. I hate that smell. I'm also going to do just a little bit in here, just to stop that from cracking further, giving us any trouble down the road. I'm going to turn most of that off, so that will mostly go away, but it'll go down into the fibers a bit, and it'll strengthen it up just a hair. It's soaking it right up too. Boy, as fast as I'm putting it down in there. Okay. Okay. Got a few bug holes, but it doesn't look like they go all the way through. And here's the other thing I wanted to worry about was this bark. Because otherwise I'm going to lose it. So I'm going to put some glue in this piece here. I'm going to fix this one too while I'm at it. Might as well fix them all. And they're not going to, it's not something that's going to necessarily be on the inside of the bowl, but it can affect the looks on the outside of the bowl. So I want to make sure I turn them away before I'm finished. But I'm going to put a little bit more glue in there. That is really porous right there. And I think that'll be it. This side's on pretty good. Don't think that's a problem. This is on nice and tight now, so that's good. Good. Put the super glue back in the refrigerator, because if you keep your glue in the refrigerator, you can almost double the life. Remember, super glue does not live a long life. 6 months is about as far as you're going to get out of most of it. Okay. Allow me to get this just a little bit cleaned up here. I'm standing on about a foot of dirt at the moment, so here we be. Like raking. boy, I got dirt. I got wood on every inch of this floor. It's making that down. But you also want to keep things clean so you don't trip and slip and fall. Hurt yourself while you're turning. There's nothing worse than wanting to get out in the shop and you can't because you're nursing a wound. I'm sure most of you have gone through that at one point or another. Surgery or something. All you can think about is the day you can get back out of the shop. And usually you go back too early. You do something stupid, then you got another 2 weeks of rehab before you go to the shop. We are an impatient people. Another piece of that bark that decided it wanted to attack me. There we are. Make sure it's clearing, okay. It's right about in here. Okay. Yeah, I did. Still there a little bit. Okay. So right about here. Okay. Okay. Now I did. Can't even see where I glued that on now, can you? There. It's actually right here. See how nice and cleanly that came off? Because we approach it this way using the wood to back it up. Nice and smooth. Good. That came out great. Alright, so I'm going to do a little more refining and then we're going to do the back here. So, I'm going to take a little of that super glue off that we put on. Very light stroke in here. Very light stroke. Ah, there it was. There's that super glue. Just click off. I'm looking right up here, seeing that I need to straighten things up here so a little bit more. Then I'll switch from the bull nose to this one. And we will now engage the a lot different than what's coming off on the gouge when I go through there. Okay. I don't really see the super glue anymore. It's mostly gone from here. Good. Okay. I'm just going to do a tiny bit more refining. Okay, that's good. That should be, yeah, that's already about 120 grit smooth. We'll go back over that with the rest of the sanding later, but for now, let's attack this bottom part. Now that we're round and we're spinning better, we can go up a little more speed, taking a little bit of that awkward weight off. And this was pretty flat on the bottom as it was, so that'll be interesting to do here too. Well, I should mention what I had on here. I had, you'll see some of this coming off. I had a wax coating on this to keep it from drying too fast. And a little bit of it was mixed with glue, so you can see it peeling here also. So that's going to peel back. That's okay as we go here. I'm going to have to raise my rest just a little bit. There we go. Okay. See how we're looking here. I got a little bit of a roll, not a big bow. I think I can use. See if I can use this. I'm not sure if this will work or not. Let's see. I go up a little more. Rest. Oh. Sawzall. That's what I was trying to remember. Sawzall. The Sawzall with a metal cutting blade on it. I might be able to cut those. I don't know. If I put those posts in a vise of some sort, I could use a Sawzall. That's looking nice and clean in there now, isn't it? Kind of pretty wood. So I don't see too many. I got this little piece here I got to get past. So I'm gonna have to take it down just a little bit. So I really like this skew. It has really been handy for a lot of detail work. Oh, that gives me a nice, clean, smooth surface. Let's see how close we are to accurate now. Oh yeah, very little, just a hair more on the outside. And I'm going to be trimming most of that up anyway, so that's good. There we go. I think that resolved most of that. Yeah, that's pretty darn flat. Gonna have a little tiny bit of a high spot. Let's see. Right there. Just a tiny bit of high spot right there. I'm just holding this very lightly up against it. And it's only touching where it wants to touch and cut. You see it wants to cut a little bit more right there. Because that's where that little bit of hump was. Now when I look across this, oh yeah, that's nice and dead flat. Okay, good. Got that resolved. Now we get to make a tenon. And okay, everybody repeat after me. What's my favorite tenon to make? Even with a big heavy piece of wood, what's my favorite tenon? Anybody know? Hi, Weekend Bingo. Jose? Please feel free to comment right in the comments, guys. There's 125 of you out there. I hope some of you are hitting the like button and subscribing if you haven't. And I hope that you will make some comments. I really appreciate comments. It makes this a lot more fun. Everybody's kind of a little bit. So, all right, I'm going to form the outside here just a little first. Okay. How's that look? Oh yeah, that's nice and smooth. Okay, good. Okay. I'm gonna try and go in just a little bit. We're gonna make it right to about here. We're gonna have a little flip. Sorry. Don't know what he did there. Okay. Okay. Alright. How's that? Okay. Good. Alright. Nice shavings. Now we're going to go in a little bit more. And we'll actually create the the tenon, mortise tenon. And a little too low. Okay. 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 I know that's too small. I just want to give myself a gauge of a line here of where I'm at. Oh, see, it's almost perfect. I'm almost there, perfect already. So I'm not going to change it too much. That's better than I thought. Okay, so let's use this to grind this in. Make sure we have a really nice flat surface. Okay. Right there. That's okay. Now I'm going to straighten that out a little bit on the outside of that. Clear that out. That bouncing you see going on there is that crack that I'm running into. Right there. That's a little bit of. So I might have to reinforce that a little bit. We'll see. I'm going to go in with this one to fix this outer one, and then make a couple other little decorative cuts. And we should be ready to turn this around. Roll that in. There we go. Roll it in. That's nice and clean. Okay. Yeah. And don't have that cleaned up in time for electricity. There we go. Now my goal here is to go just a little bit below this. And that way I've got all of the wood helping to hold this wood in place. So I'm going to go just a little bit deeper. There we go. Now, yeah, maybe just a hair more. Okay. Nice and smooth there. Good. Got a couple of those little holes I'm a little worried about with the screws, but we'll see. Should be okay. Should be okay. He says with a little bit of tongue in cheek. Should be okay. Okay, I'm going to fix this just a little bit before I take everything off. Because I don't want these to become a stress crap down the road. So we're going to try and glue that just a little bit. And we're going to try and get this. This is taking a little more time than I was hoping to go through this part of it. I'm using a thinner glue here because I want to get in around the edge. That'll help reinforce that a little bit. Okay. Just let that dry for a second, too. I want it to soak down in. And you can actually see the smoke coming up from that. Let that dry off just a little. Okay, put this back on. Would appreciate it if you hit the like button or subscribe. Hey, Joe. Hi, Bob. Get a new camera. What's wrong with the camera? You don't like the view? It's looking pretty sharp on my two screens up here. So I'm not sure what's wrong with what you think the camera problem is, but if you want to let me know, I'd appreciate it. You want to be a little closer, a little bit farther away? What do you want? Interesting. I'm getting a little bit of a bounce. Just remounting this. know if you're picking that up on your view. I'm getting just a little bit of a wobble here. Watch. See that wobbling up and down just a bit? Like it's not quite centered, even though I didn't take anything off. Let's see what might be going on here. Because I can throw a lot of your other things off down the road. Could be the weight distribution here. Just a little bit of wobble. Huh. Okay, well, we'll fix that. We will fix it now. We don't have that problem. And we are now round in the center. And we round right here. And we'll round this. And we'll round the edge. Just a bit. Yeah, see that difference? It's actually off by about an inch or so. I'm getting a little wobble. I'm going to have to redo this a little. Okay. I have to pick up the speed. And kind of go back over this a little bit. Now let's see what we got. I had to get a little aggressive on it there. Okay. We will straighten that out a little bit. And be able to get the there we go. That's the control I'm looking for. Okay, got that. Go back over here to this side. Didn't want to do that. Okay. Well, that may have done a little damage. Let's see. We got that hit back up on there. Yeah. Huh? A little piece of, well, that's going to be okay. I think we're all right. I think we're okay. We're okay. We're okay. Yep, I think we got that all squared away. Okay. So now it's sanding time. Yeah, I know that's the most exciting part of watching a guy turn is watching him sand something. Oh, but I apologize ahead of time, but sanding is one of the most important parts of cleaned up a bit. Move on to the front part of the mold. Almost powdery good. Much better finish on this than I've done like this too. sold one of these today. Press mill. And they really sold it for how smooth, soft it felt in their hand. Boy, that just really feels like a good. That comes from proper sanding, taking the time to do it right. I don't have the time during the process to go through everything. Sometimes I go back and I finish them off off camera so that they afterwards. I don't want to waste your time also. But this isn't alive, and I've been doing it. I've been working on it all day, and it's 5 o'clock this morning. I didn't want to disappoint you all by not being here. Right approach. Well, that's just great. That's just to kind of get some of the icky stuff off there. I start walking through. We are going to make this color top of this thing too. Come out. Make sure the top of this is what you get sometimes with end grains. You get hardwood and softwood and hardwood again. So it's really hard to make that understanded because the hardwood is shiny and the softwood is getting dug in. Nothing that you did wrong. It doesn't always look really good. Blend it the best I can. Top coat. Okay, let's see how it's going. All right. Okay, just bear with me for just a minute. Just the final thing is done. Yeah, I'm ready. Appreciate you all sitting in here with me. This part. Like I said, it's not the most fun part. Just kind of the buffing process. not ignoring the bark. The bark will get sanded later. Since some of it's going to be removed, there's no sense of sanding all of it right now. Okay, let's put a little bit of finish on there. You can see what this is starting to look like. Gonna have to mix up some more of that stuff. And it's just gonna suck this right in. And as fast as I put it on here, it's gonna just eat it up. So bear with me while I get some of this on here. I have to go around a couple times before I can get it to even out. I think my bottle's starting to get a little plugged up there. But here's the color. See that starting to pop there? Oops, that wasn't good. Give it a bigger hole here. There we go. There we go. Now I can get some in there. Now it's going to have a little bit of a mottled finish to it right now. Again, I'm going to go back and resand this later. But I wanted you to see some of the color. See if you can see that color that's starting to come through here. Bristles to get in there. Where there's a lot of little tiny pits and stuff. That's why I know I need to do some more sanding. Because I got little pits of wood in there. And that's usually your first indication you haven't got a good sanding job on it yet. That's kind of the reason we're doing this, because this is going to go in. This is tung oil. It's going to go in and it's going to harden the wood. It's going to seep into the wood. It goes down in there and dries and hardens. And it will strengthen the wood a little bit more when I'm turning the inside. It'll give it that much more strength. There we go. So this is what pear looks like. You ever wondered? This is pear wood. Yeah. This is already dry from the coat I put on there. I just sucked it right in. And normally what you want to do is you want to put it on, buff it out just a little bit, put on another coat, let it soak in, do it two or three times, maybe 4 times, until it stops sucking it in. And once it's done sucking it in, you wipe it off, you buff it, and you get a nice burnished look to it. I'll try and give you a little bit of an idea of what it looks like. we go. That's kind of what it looks like finished. Very, very smooth finish to it. So it is very hard wood. As I said, it sucks up a lot of the um, finish. Almost has a chestnut look to it. Let's see. So, okay, well, I'll let it sit for just a second, then I'm going to take it apart and we will move things around. Hey, Dave. Hey, Tim. How you doing? Hey, Jamie. Everybody. Boondock. Wow, Boondock's here. Wow. Thanks, guys, all for coming. Just so you know, this is pear wood, and we've been fighting this thing for almost an hour and a half now just to get to this stage. It's a rough bowl, and we're about to turn it around. I'm going to clean this up. Just give me a second here to some of this dust. We got everything from dust to curls and everything in between. So. It is everywhere in the shop right now. I mean, this stuff really went flying, including some pretty good sized pieces of bark. And folks, if you don't know, check out Timber Designs and Boondock Builds, New Beginnings. Those guys all have their own channels, and they do a lot of great woodworking stuff. They're starting to do some turnings, some pins, and so forth. And Jamie does a lot of contests and so forth as far as challenging other guys to build, challenge builds, and so forth. Pretty good at it. Actually, all the James you do and Dave, all the guys do. Here's an example of some of the stuff that came flying at me, which is why we wear our masks, right, guys? And I did get my trend mask back the other day, finally. And it's working fine now, and they did a real good job. They even threw in some spare filters for it. But I took it completely apart when I sent it to them. I'm still trying to put it all back together right. I still got like two pieces. I'm not sure where they go. But it seems to be working for now. I'm going to have to find the instructions somewhere and find out what I made a mistake from the build. But yeah, see, that's already dry. Completely dry. So we're going to take this off. Ugh. That is a heavy piece of wood. What do we got here? Okay. Let's take the faceplate off and take a chance and see if I got everything right on the other side. Fingers crossed. Fortunately, this faceplate is indexed, so if I do have to put it back on, I can. But I don't want to. Stainless steel screws with a square end. Best way to go. Easy to put in, easy to take out. And stainless steel screws do not break or twist out on you when you're putting them in, and you don't end up having to try and dig half a screw out of the wood. So stainless steel screws, guys, always the right way to go. This one has a little screw in here so it fits in the center. All right. So we had to faceplate mount this twice, basically, in order to get what we wanted to do. Now let's pray that I got this square. If I didn't, we're going to have to do some more work. I'll probably have to do that on another video, because I'm not sure we'd have time here to redo the whole thing. Okay, there's that. Checking where the scratch. Okay. I want to make sure that the crack isn't being pulled apart. And it's not. I got the, okay, good. I want to make sure that the jaws are pushing against the crack, not spreading the crack apart there. So, so that's pretty good. So let's see. Now we're going to turn it real slow first. See how round it is. It is a little tiny bit out of round. Not enough to make it jump, I don't think. Now right about there. That's okay. We will live with what we got. Okay, we're clear there. Let me get these other tools out of my way. All right, guys. This is where I'm going to resharpen just real quick. This thing's already taken quite the beating. This gouge has already taken quite the beating. He did the entire outside without being resharpened, with the use of a couple other tools. So, got my sharpener all set up here. Got the angle set, I believe. Let me double check it though. Yep, okay. It's going to take just a few seconds to get sharpened right. If you don't want to go into starting to do the bowl and not have a sharp edge. What are we looking at? See a little tiny glint and the front coming up to the edge there. So make sure I got it right. Bear with me. Let's get a little one there. Okay. There we go. Should be a nice sharp edge. Let's see what we got going here. I'm going to start by trying to take out this little bit on here. And take that out. I don't want to lose the bark. know, the amount of dust that's coming up there, I think I'm going to turn this dust collector on here. See how it looks, and also see how it's holding on my nice and tight on there. It says so, we're nice and tight. Hopefully you guys are having a little conversation here. And hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Carpinteria real life. Okay. Is that the Carpinteria here in California? Well, yes it is. You're only a couple hours away from me here. Let me know. Are you in Carpinteria, California? filming, right? You know, it's bedtime for people in Europe right now. I would expect that most of Europe area is probably pretty much sleep. However, in Australia, it must be morning. So, good morning, Australia. Being close to it. If you're in Australia or New Zealand or Japan or Philippines, in fact, don't just say hi. Say hi. I'm from. And tell us where you are from. Just gotta find out where we are. I think we can all agree that wood turning and woodworking is something enjoyed all over the world for different reasons, but mostly because we like doing it. All right. So if you are from, let us know where you're from, what state you're in, or what country you're from. I'm sure there's a few Canadians out there, eh? Whoa! This came flying off at me. I wasn't even touching the bark. Ah, this whole section came off. Well, that kind of changes plans a little bit. If we can't do a live edge bowl, we won't do a live edge bowl. We'll just trim this out and we'll go from there. But we might still keep some natural way it's looking. So we're just gonna cut that down a little bit. That it might do that. Probably the ones that are. And even with all that, we still got all this. I don't think I can find all the pieces that came off. Kind of shattered. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to do what we can do, right? The bark department. This is just bark I'm seeing. Look at it. Doesn't want to come off. We're gonna have to go to the inside. Well, there it is. Next, we do this way. Hey, Paul. See if we can. We're just gonna have to go for it this way, I guess. Establish a little bit of a ridge here. Establish a little bit of a ridge. Yeah. Friction on that thing is something else. That is really, really, really hard wood. I mean, you see how much I'm turning, and we're not getting very far in. Trying to get a little bit of end grain here. That's interesting. Try a different geometry for me. bottom feeder one from the side. That is just hard wood. You can't even hardly make a dent into it. Look at this. It is that hard. Ah, that's what I'm hitting. Another big crack. I was wondering what I was hitting that was making all this. This whole section may want to come out. I'm going to have to be really careful as I scrape through this. Very careful. That is a big. Take a look and see what that looks like. Yeah, see? Okay, well, I'm going to have to go in here, get behind it, and then see what happens. Any suggestions, folks? Is my crack dangerous? Yeah, it could be. It's near some bark right here, a little bark inclusion. So it looks like it's cracking this way, and this is really rough right here, and it shouldn't be. We're not near the pith or anything like that. So this is a weakness in the wood that doesn't show cracks here on the outside. So it's in here. So as it's coming around, what's going to happen? You see that? And I can clear that, but as I come over to here, I'm going to be jumping across that. Now, the only question is, can I jump across it without... One of the ways you do that is you turn the face, instead of having your face here so it's going to get hit in the crack, you turn your face this way so you're kind of driving at an angle. not getting any worse, it's getting better. So what we're doing is we're slowly undercutting this and getting past that crack. So hopefully, I'm going to flip back to this one. Hopefully I can get through here and not have any problems with that. So let's see. Get my big one out. Here's one. Knock. Yeah, that's the crack. Now that crack's starting to come into here. So I'm going to have to make sure that I dig in here. Maybe underneath it a little bit. Really forward. That usually means well, it looks like we got past the crack. See, I just had to get underneath it and get past it. It's still right here, but I think we're getting past it now. So I hope that answers your question. I'm going to see if I can get you a little bit closer. See that crack? And I think we got mostly past it. Now we're down a whole inch into the bowl, and we're trying to get into some. We can actually do some quicker turning. By the way, I think my one moderator went to bed. It's pretty late for him overseas. And Robert, I don't know if you're in there or not. He's a moderator right now. Maybe put up the names of some of the people that are regulars in here, you know? Give a shout out to them. Super Designs and 77 Rockets and Ryan and Green Dot Builds, New Beginnings Builds, and Whacking Check. Whacking Check is actually a big plant store right now. I'm not sure exactly where, I believe it's in Ohio. If any of you are in the Ohio area, you come across the Whacking Check, it's got a ton of tins and all sorts of things. He's doing some poles, he's doing some baking pins for, like, you know, rolling out dough and all that. And real good guy. He's a really good turner. Check out his channel at the Whacking Check. He does a Sunday Fun Day spinning show. Ryan does a live usually. I think Ryan's doing one on Friday. Not certain of that. They're all really good guys. And I'll turn this off so it's not making so much noise. Maybe you can hear things a little better. I'm going to take a quick break here, I think. So guys, what's going on out there? I don't see what things going on in the comments. Hopefully you're hitting the like button and subscribing. Right now I don't see too many people talking though, so please feel free to get in there and talk, and you know, let's have a little conversation. Yeah, I think I've got past that crack altogether. A little bit of it right there, but that's nothing big. Yeah, we're actually starting to make some progress. I'm going to try and resharpen again. Because boy, that really took a lot out of that. It's making me resharpen my bowl gouges a couple times here. That's pretty unusual because this is M42 steel. It does not lose a sharpness very quickly. But it keeps an edge for quite a while. I know some of you might be watching the the baseball games tonight, and also there's the football game coming up. And the wild card games are kind of crazy today in baseball. You know, a lot of teams that they tied up 1-1, and this is a 3-game series. So with all the marbles today, the Padres and Cubs were playing when I looked like Detroit beat Cleveland, and that's Cleveland made a real miraculous comeback in the last inning. I'm guessing Cleveland's moving ahead. I mean, Detroit's moving ahead. Tigers moving ahead. And I think the Yankees do too, if I'm not mistaken. I know the Dodgers do. Dodgers were one of the ones that actually took their game in 2 games. So that was pretty good. Trying to get this edge just a little bit sharper. I'm going to check something here. It doesn't look like it's getting to the end of the thing here, so let me check myself. I think I had a little bit of the wrong. There we go. There we go. Sometimes you gotta just make sure you got your double check yourself. And that's what I had to do here. Okay, there we go. That's better. All right. Now we're gonna get some segments out of this. Yeah, that's good. Sorry to make you guys wait on this, but I want to make sure my sharpening is accurate. If not, it takes twice as long to get through a bowl. And I don't want to go too much longer on here. So, there we go. There we go. Now we got a good edge. Hey, what do you think? A nice edge on there. I think that'll do good. So let's get up to speed. Go in there. See what we can do. See what kind of damage we can do. Now it wants to cut, but it wants to cut too much. I gotta kind of slow it down a bit to make sure it doesn't try and dive too much. I wonder if I got another crack showing up in here. The way that's making noise. No? It's making nice curls now. See that? But it's also making noise, so I don't know what's going on here. I'm gonna be real careful. Again, I don't want this to get away from us. It is, after all, only being held off by about 1/8 of an inch inside pinning. high in the center there. Okay, I'm going to pull out the big toy. Here we go. This is a big boy toy. I got this here tonight. I can't play with it yet. This is a 1.5-inch scraper. What do you think, guys? That's a massive piece of metal, isn't it? And it seems to be working really good. I had to put a burr on it. So that we didn't have burr. Okay, I see. That's where that little tick 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 is coming from. Okay, there's that crack kind of running up the side here a little bit now. See how smooth that made that bottom? It does a really nice job of that. But I think I'll go back to the gouge for now. Quite the toy. Hey, Weekend Binges, you commented a little bit ago, but I haven't seen a comment since. So if you're still in there, let me know. I actually need someone that could be a moderator for my channel here while I'm turning, because I can't pay attention to what everybody's saying all the time. I need someone to moderate a bit. So if you or somebody else would like to volunteer, just keep a lookout for things that really shouldn't be said, or comments that are inappropriate for the channel. We do get those from time to time. Not too often, but it's just nice to have a moderator looking out for people, so that, you know, if kids are watching or somebody who's easily offended or something is watching, they don't get offended too much. Try and keep it light and fun there. We are getting down in there. Look at all the curlies we're getting now. You can also see it's got some rough areas. It's going to have some good color inside. See, every once in a while we get this. And that's some cross grain. I'm not sure where that cross grain is coming from. It could be coming from, I don't know, I can't really see from the outside. I don't see it. If you're still in here watching, please hit the like button and subscribe. Looks like we kind of lost a few people along the way today. That's understandable. What happened? I'm going to be spending tomorrow with a new turner. Teaching him a few things. That'll be a lot of fun. probably getting ready to put the kids to bed so they can finish up their homework and get into bed. And there's a few of you guys that are watching out in the shop. And then there's probably some of you that are overseas watching somewhere. Maybe in Hawaii or Philippines. You know, we've really made, oh, look at this. We've made piles and piles of sawdust today on this one bowl. This bowl is just really fighting to give up every little bit it gives up. It's not going to give it up easy, and that's okay. But I only have so much fight left in me today, too. So, what I think we're going to have to do, guys, I hate to say this, but I think we're probably going to have to finish this off maybe tomorrow or something like that, because there's a lot of work left to do on this bowl to make it right. It's keeping that beautiful look on the top of you. Look at that. Look at that wood. It's really, it's really looking nice. But I think we're going to have to go. My phone's getting low on battery. And I do appreciate you all being here today, but I think we're going to have to call it for now. And I will try and finish this up maybe tomorrow. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.